Okay, you guys, I am back and I'm going to first of all tell you the story that happened to me at work, and then I'll pop back in and let you know what's going on with the LCD number 30. Um, anyways, I do have my notes here, so if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes, and then I will not be using anyone's actual names. I will just use letters. So here we go. I work at a company whose purpose and or mission is to make a healthy difference in people's lives. And recently at this company, we had a Biggest Loser competition. And I received the email that S sent out regarding the cost, the weigh-ins, and the duration of the contest. This email was not forwarded on to me by someone else. No, I was included in the original email. So somewhere between, I would say, 3 days to a week before the competition was to begin, S comes by all the participants' desks to give us a rule/guideline sheet, and a sheet that had all the participants' names on it. And in order to be a participant, you just had to pay your $15. And at the bottom of the sheet was a basic sentence that said, "This is to be a healthy competition." So basically, the first week I was the biggest loser, and I received $20 for being the biggest loser. So S comes up to me, and that same day S comes up to me and says, "So how did you do it?" And I told her I was on the HCG protocol, suggested that she do a Google search, and if she had any questions, I'd be glad to answer them. So the next week we had to weigh in, and guess who was the biggest loser? It was me again. And then another one of my coworkers comes to my desk, and we'll call her P. And P says, "What are you doing?" I also explained to her I was doing the HCG protocol and suggested she do a Google search, and if she had any questions, I'd be glad to talk to her. But with P, she was a little bit more inquisitive. She wanted to debate with me over whether HCG was a drug or not. And first of all, I'm not going to debate this. And second of all, especially with someone who has not done their research. So later that same day, S comes to my desk and says, "C and I, we need to talk to you." And she was basically saying C and S. I is not anyone in this story. So she said, that C and S, her and C, needed to talk to me. So I'm thinking, what is this about? We meet in the huddle room, and C goes, "Well, a lot of people are feeling like you have an advantage because of the drug you are using, because of the drug you are taking to achieve such big numbers every week." And I rudely interrupted him and said, "I'm not on any drugs." I briefly explained the HCG protocol to him, and after I was done explaining, I referred to the original guideline/rule sheet that S gave all the participants at the beginning of the competition, and on that sheet, it blatantly states that this had to be a healthy competition, and that this, in fact, was the healthiest weight loss I had ever experienced. Then S jumps in and says, "Yeah, well, I didn't know you would lose that much weight. At the rate you're going, no one else even has a chance of winning the money." And I'm just like, what? So I didn't say a word. I'm just sitting here listening. Then C concludes by saying, "What it all boils down to is this: you have to decide if you want to keep a working relationship with your coworkers or risk creating somewhat of a division among your coworkers." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I have to decide what? And then C continues on to say, "You don't have to decide right now. You can think about it, sleep on it, and let us know by the morning." I immediately said, "Oh no, I don't need 24 hours. My decision was made up after I did my research. I read and I saw how people were getting healthy on the HCG protocol. So that means I have to stand up for what it is I believe in. So no, I will not stop the protocol. Number one, for my health, and number two, to keep a working relationship with my coworkers." C then says, "Okay, well, I'll just remove your name from the list and no one will even notice." my head just dropped. My heart caved in. My soul just crumbled. And yet I have to get up every day of the week and go work among these kind of people. But I have to decide. Do you know how hard it is to go into work every day and keep my head up high and put on like nothing is bothering me? But I have to decide. The meeting was over, and I basically just could not believe the words that came out of the mouth of a man who is the director of the Treasury Department at Blue Cross Blue Shield, Minnesota. And once again, I have to decide. And I have to tell you guys that I really feel like I have been very fairly untreated. And let me tell you a few of the reasons why. First of all, I had to decide if I wanted to keep a working relationship with my coworkers, which means to me stop taking the HCG, or risk creating a division among my coworkers, which means staying in the competition, continuing on the protocol, but risking isolation from my coworkers for I don't know how long and to what extent. Furthermore, if I have to decide whether my coworkers will like me during the process of getting healthy, was there really a working relationship to begin with? And then when S said, no one else even has a chance of winning the money. So then I thought, well, is this about the money or is it about getting healthy? Which one is it? I paid my money. I played by the rules / guidelines that were set before me, but I have to decide. And then when C says, I have an advantage because of the drugs that I'm taking. Okay, let's say that I am taking a weight loss drug. Wouldn't that be favorable in the eyes of a company to see a person with whom you have a working relationship with attempting to get healthy? Isn't that what employers want? Healthy workers, right? Or is Blue Cross Blue Shield against drugs? Which one is it? I don't know. So that's why I'm wanting to hear from you. I want to hear from people around the globe, around the world. Because like I said, I know what I think and I know what I feel. And what I think and what I feel this time is real. Let me know. And I will pop back in and give you an update on VLCD Day 30. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like I said, I just want to know what it is you think. I don't care what it is. Just let me know.